Today I want to talk about something I've been working on that's come up a lot lately. That's if we're trying to run, say, more than one application in separate Docker containers, and we use something like Docker Compose to bring up both the containers at the same time. So here, say for example, this is a service like HashiCorp's Vault, which is it's just a REST API, and Vault is a facility for storing key values, but in a secure or encrypted manner. And your application wants to query the API to read stuff from it or write things to it. So when we launch both the application containers at the same time, what usually happens is we have to initialize the Vault process, and Vault takes time it turns on. We have to unseal it and then bootstrap it with data, creating user pass backends. So from the point of view of our application, if we just run a single app inside of our Docker container, it's going to want to start and then immediately try to query the Vault service. But Vault's not ready yet, so we're going to get back some kind of error like 500 or 403 or sometimes nothing, because there's nothing to receive a response yet. What I've done originally, this is just a shell script where I just had some ad hoc function. In this case, this one gets the service address or the URL to the Vault container. Here, I just define a simple retry logic where I have local variables in the shell script, and I have a while loop that says as long as I haven't succeeded, continue to try all the things in this loop. And here I'm using curl to invoke API calls into Vault, and then I evaluate the shell script return code I get back from curl. And in most cases here, like if it's an error, there was nothing found, I just go continue, which causes the loop to repeat. Before it repeats, I do a sleep, right? So we try to do something with Vault, fail, wait, and then repeat again up to the maximum number of repeats. Eventually there's a condition here where we've actually succeeded in communicating with Vault because we invoke a curl command, and the curl command doesn't fail or doesn't give us an error code. So then we just use the break keyword to break out of the loop. Now, I found shell scripts they're hard to work with sometimes if you're building applications, for example, the Java language. To have your application start and then have it call a shell script seems kind of like a terrible hack. I want to have the retry logic built into my application itself. This is a similar in Java land. And what I used to do, I actually used to have the same idea of simple variables, while loop, and then thread.sleeps. But then I realized I have many methods that kind of do the same, wait for something to be available. So what I did is I invented this thing called run with retry. This is an abstract class where we define a default constructor which uses the built-in defaults for sleep time and max number of temps. And we have a different constructor for being able to specify how many times you want to wait and how long in between each attempt. The built-in method run does this boilerplate of running the while loop for us, incrementing the loop counter, and then it attempts to run the body of the loop. And if the body succeeds by returning true, then we exit our body function. However, if it doesn't succeed because it returned false, then we do the sleep, try to wait, and then the loop will run again up to the maximum number of attempts. Now here I've just declared the body method as abstract, meaning there's no default empty implementation. To use this abstract class, we'll have to provide some implementation of it. Now in my use, I don't want to make a concrete class. I'm using these anonymous classes as like an inner method override. I make a new instance of run with retry, define the body method, and the things inside the body method are exactly what was going to be in my function anyways. And this is the actual specific attempting to invoke an API endpoint and doing something. And then if I'm unable to do that, just returning false here will engage the run method in the run with retry. So I found this makes my coding a lot cleaner, because things that have the run with retry tend to come up not just in one place, but kind of all over the place. So then not having to have the same kind of ideas of variables and weights and then thread.sleeps all over your code. This one utility class with my actual logic was kind of lost in the weeds of the boilerplate of all this stuff. So this is, I just got excited because I figured out this pattern tonight. So I thought it's important to share it in case anyone else has similar kind of troubles with making applications synchronize when starting up in Docker containers. Thanks for watching.